ladies, gentlemen, everything between I be beforehand. Welcome. So, look at this. This is Asmongold. Do gamers know what they want? And in 2 seconds, the guy who's, or you know what? Here, I'll let it play.
Do devs know what gamers want? Um, I think it depends on the devs.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, yeah, it really depends on the devs, huh?
Hi everyone, it's me, Tim. Today I want to talk about, do devs know what gamers want? This video is a direct follow-up to my video last week,
Mm-hmm.
Do gamers know what they like?
It's
Before I
not
made
Tim the
that
Tap
video,
Man. It's not.
I just mentioned I was going to do it in a comment section almost 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Lyre Noir said, personally, I
What?
think do devs know what gamers want is even a better question.
All right, let's stop right there. Is this just a planet or a ball that changes colors? And this also changes with it,
You know
right?
what? They're right. So both that video,
Or is this just
so I
green?
made that video and then I made this one
Mm-hmm.
pretty soon afterwards. Keep in mind, these were
Oh, that's
made,
cool. All right, listen, I wasn't listening to anything he was saying. Look at this. It's changing colors in the background, like identically, but I don't think it's on purpose, okay? I have a feeling that this blue, hold on. All right, listen, let's do what's important real quick. All right, this is turning a different color, okay? This is yellow now. Is this turning yellow? It's a fucking fraud. It's not. Stop it, Asmongold. You're fucking up my globe theory. Round Earth conspiracy. No, I just wanted to see if the globes were changing colors at the same time because I peeped this one with blue and I was like, oh my god, this one's blue too. But oh wait, is it purple now? Oh, it is. Is that coincidental though? All right, hold on. It could just very slowly string through light colors, and it could just by happenstance be that one. Let's skip around. All right, so I see the color green, blue, green here. Was it green 2 seconds ago? It was green 2 seconds ago. So maybe this changes colors faster than this does. Like right here where it's red and purple. Okay, let's see. Let's see if which one changes colors or if this one even cycles red. Damn it, it's paused. All right, so this one's still purple. It went to red. So it looks like it's actually taking the color. Most of the time it's gonna be on the color that this one's previously on. Dude, what the fuck am I doing? It's not that deep. I just wanted to understand. It's a lot. Oh my God, I almost called those fucking fleshlights, dude. What the fuck? A lot of stuffed animal. Dude, we see different things. We're gonna have to stop hitting the ganja. All right, let's try to recover this video. We're gonna watch some of this today. Other than that absolute detour I did. Or let's no, we were like right here.
mentioned I was going to do it in a comment section
Maybe.
almost 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Lyre Noir said, personally, I think do devs know what gamers want is even a better question. And you know what? They're right.
What? What do you mean? Listen, as like maybe I'm looking at this from a really stale viewpoint. In all honesty, like when you play a game, I'm sure you know what you want, okay? Like you want you want to play the game and feel you got your money's worth at the baseline. I feel that's the baseline of anyone, anything, okay? That's the bare minimum requirement you're meant to meet. So if you're a $20 game like Minecraft, and Minecraft gives so much value for $20, Minecraft blows it out of the water. Terraria is another one. Core Keeper's another one. Those three are all similar blocky games, but like they're all from actual different points of view too, which is pretty funny. Uh, but yeah, dude, like all those games for $20, they're absolutely immaculate. It's another game. Project Zomboid, it's still a work in progress, but it's an awesome game with an awesome community. So there's a bunch of games. Community actually does matter too. I feel, do gamers? Let me revitalize that question real quick because the honest answer is I think everyone knows what game they want to play. But when you cater to too many of these different types of gamers, like a lot of games do, or like they maybe have an agenda, then like the game now takes like is taken some shit from the game's taken away, or maybe you gender in there just as like a background topic, as like just to add some social commentary, but then your game gets called, whoa, it gets fucking shut down. Uh, so trying times. I think honestly, just fucking, I know I want a game that really doesn't have a political take, or at least the political take is so background that it's a fifth dairy plot in the story where it doesn't exactly matter and it's so downscaled that you can't even tell it's there. That's the social commentary I would love to have. Um, because I know games can't do South Park levels of social commentary because they would probably get in trouble for some crazy shit like that, and or it'd be too risky for like such a massive project, like a game, just to completely get taken down or something if they go too far. But I think honestly, at the end of the day, my type like the games I like playing are open world games and story based games a lot of the time. Like I'm not huge into PvP, even though I am currently trying to get better at Overwatch. So Call of Duty is a game I frequently play. I don't play the cam I don't I play all the campaigns, but I don't care about I haven't cared about the last 7 or 8. I don't know how many it's been, but I haven't cared about the last few. And even with the new reboot of Black Ops and all that, or like new stories between the Black Ops games, I still don't give a fuck. Uh, I would much rather have. I would much rather play zombies than multiplayer or campaign. And campaign is so fun. I mean, zombies are so fun, and we're actually pretty good in six. I don't want to say so fun. They're pretty good at. I would say they're a 7 out of 10. Absolutely, they're above average. I mean, well, they're above the last couple years of zombies we've gotten. It's better than Cold War, which I view Cold War as an average Call of Duty, or maybe slightly above where Black Ops now, like in comparison to all the other games that are out, I don't want to play the multiplayer Black Ops 1. Fuck. What you thinking? Like I'm 20, bro. Like that shit wasn't even out when I was like playing I started playing it. Like I started on 2. I mean, like my first Call of Duty was Black Ops 2. So like I already got a better game. Sure, you could argue what you want to argue. Like, I know a lot of people go, "Oh my God, my Call of Duty is better." I like two because it was fun, not because it was the best. Like, tell me what Call of Duty was good, and then without somebody else running in the same room, and without someone in the same room as you trying to choke you out and say Modern Warfare is better than Black Ops or vice versa or whatever have you, whatever Call of Duty they like. Like, the fact is, they're all kind of shitty because they're all kind of the same game. The sooner you accept that, the faster you cope. Okay. These games are very, very, very little different. And then when they did jump out, do a massive U-turn, it was an absolute fucking failure being the futuristic style of series. But in that futuristic style, what part of the zombies game, I mean, what part of the game, oh my God, I choked. Do you know what mode actually I think thrived? The zombies mode. Black Ops 3 was so good. Um, Black Ops 3 has the best zombies, even though Black Ops 2 is one of my favorite to play. Nothing beats hopping on Buried with the boys or Town. God forbid we play Grief and so on and so forth. But yeah, dude, the game Black Ops 2 is so fun. Black Ops 3 is my personal favorite. So now, if you had me, this is where the question finally loops back, and you ask me, you're like, "Hey, what kind of game do you want? Do you even know what game you want to play?" I'm like, "Yeah, the fuck, I do. I want to play my favorite game, and I want to play my favorite game every single time." And you even may go, "What do you mean your favorite game every single time?" I mean, if you made like a great example would be say a game like Power World came out where it's a little similar to like it looks like a Pokemon with guns is what everyone call it, but it's really more of an arc with Pokemon and with Pokemon instead of dinosaurs. That's really what's closer to. As someone who doesn't play Arc, doesn't really like Arc, or who likes Ark but doesn't want to like doesn't fuck with the gameplay, doesn't want to learn all that versus Power World. I was really cool. I thought was like, oh my god, this is such a funny thing that they took Pokemon and added guns. That Pokemon with guns, that sentence alone sold me on the game because that is a unique idea that it's taken or not a unique idea, but it's taking a fun idea that everyone was always wanted to happen, and they did it. Where the main people who actually own the game, like own Pokemon, would never do this. So they pushed the envelope, dude. Like they made this like so this game, even if another one comes out, will probably be cemented as a personal favorite because it was a tipping point in game developers like making choices like this for me. Like it's a notable event in like my lifespan of history that I've seen like a developer do this. And Pocket Pair isn't the only one who make great games with the great people behind it, but they definitely those definitely they've definitely showed that they got good people in that studio right now, and hope Pocket Pair does well, man. But that was a long ass rant, and maybe I lost my point somewhere around there, but we shall continue.
So both that video, so I made that video and then I made this one
Hmm.
pretty soon afterwards. Keep in mind, these were made back in November. Not even that late November, kind of mid November.
It's kind of
So,
sad because it doesn't even need to be anything recent because I feel like devs have been out of touch with what consumers want and what players want for a long time.
Listen, what games came out recently? I feel like I feel like during COVID or between COVID, the end of COVID, and now between there's a time where like even social media was terrible, TV was terrible, fucking God everything was awful. Okay, everything, games, all of it. It all had like this just weird message in it, and it took message that I don't think is bad, but I don't stand behind. Of well, not that. There's certain aspects of it. There's certain letters I don't understand. But the thing is, I would never tell someone that they can't believe what they would believe. Listen, if you want to fuck a tree, you can fuck a tree. Just don't fuck that tree in public. Go to your backyard, do that, dude. Get tall fences. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. But not everyone's like me. Okay, that's admittedly the world would be such a relaxed place if I was everyone. Um, but I'm not. So you're gonna get a lot of random reactions from people like that don't like it's like a fucking cap snaps in their brain, and they just go crazy over maybe a twig that fell out of a tree and landed on their new shoes. Some people just don't function properly, and there's pieces missing. That's okay. Sometimes you get an X and a Y, but you don't know what letters come in between those. Don't tell them. There's none, but they don't know that. Okay, they're fucking retarded, dude. Some people are just over the top. Like, I work at McDonald's. I gave someone they asked for creams and sugars. I said, hi, Captain. I grabbed that shit, put it in the bag, handed it out to him on drive-through. And you know what they said? They said, "Oh my fucking god!" and started throwing his hands up and down. And I was fucking baffled at why someone would do this. And he goes, "What the fuck am I gonna do with the bag, man? I just want the creams and sugars." Ah, and now you may understand that my frustration came out of. So I gave you creams and sugars, but did you not understand that when you ask for those creams and sugars, that these creams and sugars also exist in held up space the same as the bag. So if you're mad about having a bag, you're okay with having the spaces of 3 or 4 to 5 creams and sugars just fucking loosely in your car. Um, in a stir, of course, because I'm a kind guy. But I'm sure that band was like mid 30s to 40s to yeah 30s to 40s. What a waste of fucking space, dude. Like what a man child. Like what a dear God. What the fuck. But you can't always raise them right. But no, that happens a lot. So many dumbass people. But let's continue. I gotta stop pausing. Holy shit.
And I think that also one thing that's worse than that is that they are oppositional to what players want. So it's not only that they don't know what they want, they do know what they want and they don't want to give it to them.
So I don't know what the comments
Mhm.
were on that other one, and I have no idea what the comments are going to be on this one.
Based. Doesn't
But
read
I
the
think it's better
comments.
that way because I want to give you the
Yeah.
raw, unfiltered response to do devs know what gamers want? And here it is. No. No, we don't
Okay.
know what you want. We have no idea,
Yeah.
seriously, what you want. I almost did this
There
as
it
a
is.
short. I was just going to do a short and go, do devs know what gamers want? Nope. And then cut it off.
That's the end of it.
You can stop here. If you want to know why it is we're so absolutely confused
Mhm.
about what it is you want, keep watching. Because I know some of you are like,
Okay.
it's stupid. We know what you should know what we want. We don't.
Okay.
Here's the longer answer. And it's all kind of can be summed up as because you don't know either.
Mhm.
But you got to remember, I'm saying the collective you. I wish English had the collective you. Southern English does. Y'all don't know what you want. Let me
True,
dive into
brother.
that. This is a deep dive on why y'all don't even know what you want, which is why we don't know what to give you.
Yep.
First off, many of you only tell.
I think that he's right,
That's kind of
but I
crazy though.
also think that he's half right.
Wait,
People
what?
might not know what they want, but they do know what they don't want.
Oh, without a doubt.
Developers what you hate.
Without a doubt, bro. That goes without
Great.
saying.
You said what it is you don't want, but what is it you want?
Oh,
I have an entire video
yeah.
on how to give good feedback, and I'll link it below. But I can just say, when you keep saying, I hate this in games, I hate this feature, I hate these kind of characters and all that, great. What kind of characters do you want? If you hate sarcastic characters, well, guess what? There's an entire realm of non-sarcastic characters. But what is it you want? Do you want funny characters? Do you want serious characters?
I think that a lot of people everybody wants something different, right? And that's always the issue is that like how do you please everybody? I think that people want characters that seem authentic.
This guy is so
And they
thirsty. I
want
keep seeing boobs
characters
and
that
hot chicks and
behave in ways that seem
look at him
realistic,
go.
but at the same time, they don't seem like they're a facsimile of the personalities of the people that are making the game.
Do you want characters with a lot of background? Do you characters that with very little, that you don't want to spend a time in a wall of text dialogue? What
Depends
do
on the story.
you want?
Depends on the story.
That's why you have to tell us what you want and not what you don't want. But wait, there's more.
I think with that, there's kind of like it's not entirely encompassing everything. If there's like a foundation story, okay? What type of story do you want? I feel like would have to be the question, not type of what character do you want. That would have to be like following more like, details. It's if you want a story, you want a medieval story about fucking knights fighting in castles. Well, now let's get into the deeper question. Do you want those knights to be Game of Thrones, where they're kind of like the Watch Guard, where they're super serious about their job, but there's still funny humor here and there? Or do you want this shit to be cold cut only? Only serious? No, that shit will get so stale. Either that, or you'd have to have constant action to allow these people to be so damn boring on the inside. That's the thing, though. Like, you have a bunch of super serious characters, but you have to find interesting ways to make them unique. Because, like, well, listen, if Jim is super serious, if then Jimmy is super serious, then Jay is super serious. Then, oh my God forbid Jason's super serious. Listen, the four J's, you won't be able to tell them apart. That shit will start to blend. They're just mid-ass characters at that point. And if you want your main characters to be mid as fuck, get out of here, dude. What are you doing? But I feel like he just kind of like stated it wrong. It's like, listen, if you want to, I feel like if he would have said the story, because the story, I feel story and setting feel I like they set the precedence for the characters and what they can and cannot allow. If you're in space by yourself, do you want a witty character to fill the silence? Or do you want a super serious character to make the this ambience, the silence of space, even more lonely. There's choices there once you have your story, your center point. Like me, I'm practicing writing. I like to try to do it now that I'm out of school, like since I've been out of school, because I'm gonna make sure I don't become illiterate. So I practice writing. Writing a little shitty story, and that little shitty story is based around the zombie genre, and and that's the whole thing about it. I knew what story I want, and I knew what type of characters I wanted because immediately once I had the story plot, I want this. And then I was like, oh my God, there's so many great games out there that I like, but how do I honor these games and in this little shitty story, or not little, admittedly, because I'm kind of going crazy with it, but like this like decent sized story now. How do you put homages to games in it, or like without going, this is from this is from this. Oh my God, did I forget to mention that's from that? It's kind of gay, okay? Or not gay. I like to say I'm trying to stop that habit. Just a side note, my side note. I'm trying to stop that habit of saying that's gay because I do feel like that is actually one of the good points of like that is kind of disrespectful. But like if I drop something on the floor and say that's gay, that's funny as fuck to me. Because I'm gonna keep doing that. Like that shit's funny. And like someone's like, dude, that's so like 2000 fucking 16 to you. I smile at them and I go, well shit, you were watching me pick it up. And I can say that's gay. It's meant to just be a trap, honestly, for like a smart ass. It's a trap for a smart ass. I recommend you keep this piece of knowledge because it's fucking awesome. Now back to the whatever I was talking about. So the story in the characters, or characters before story. I think characters before story is so weird. It's like chicken before egg. And if you don't, I mean egg before chicken. It's like, listen, I know it's a hard thing for you to understand, but believe it or not, the thing that gave birth to a chicken wasn't a chicken. It was, I would say, it's like it's whatever came before the chicken. So let's just say a proto chicken. So a proto chicken and maybe another proto chicken have a baby. Oh my God, look at that. It's a fucking chicken. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was like a proto chicken and a different type of chicken. And then it made like the chicken. Dude, I don't know what I'm talking. I know what I'm talking about. Like, but like it sounds dumb. But yeah, they have the egg, and then boom, you now have a chicken. The fact is, they would probably have to do that a couple times to make like the species chicken overall. But like, if they're already fucking, I assume they get along. So with all these factors, it's like the the question wasn't right. Okay, and I know I paused for like maybe the 70th time, but like questions like these matter because like the way games went was so bad for a time, and I feel like we're thank God we're getting saved by everyone getting so annoyed at the shit. I really do feel like gaming almost just killed itself. It tried to, for sure. This is like an attempted uh I heard these words aren't good for YouTube, so assisted unaliving. Well, damn, that's not good. I really hated it. A lot of games were affected by it. But the worst part was people thought games that weren't affected by it were affected by it. So now you can add a black character to a game without it being called woke. Maybe I just live next to black people. How about that? Is that a fucking problem if I add them to the game? But like you were trying to push a agenda is what everyone thought, and it really couldn't. It was unclear if developers really were when they were trying not to, or weren't when they were. It's like it's a whole clusterfuck of words. But the thing is, it's just really, really, really was a bad time. It's coming back. Okay, we're this is a it was definitely I feel like a very sharp V on the graph, but we're definitely going up, and I'm happy. Just goddamn, don't stop being making games better. Like I understand graphics is plateauing. Graphics has plateaued actually, and it's not getting that much better. Getting better very slowly. But the thing is, quality of the games that they're making is getting also assisted by things like the Unreal Engine and stuff like that being so good. It's now more accessible to make games, easier for new people to make games. But these original studios like Assassin's Creed and all those, like they're original games that are were bangers, bro. Like how the fuck did you make these? Like the original Call of Duties are still Call of Duty to like basically to today, but like they're just older, so some of them are kind of shittier, honestly, now in like retrospect. Like, if you're like, dude, let's play World of War, not Durod Toten, I'm gonna look at you and say, listen here, you faggot, stop it. Stop that shit. You just want to get me in a room by yourself. No one wants to play that fucking map. Okay, you go to Black Ops 3 to play that map, or I would say probably Black Ops to play it. If you want like a more not that like not a black if you don't want gobblegums and all that shit, I can understand. I'm a Black Ops 3 lover, the best. But I can understand if you want a different experience without the gums. But the gums are the shit, so I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Um, but yeah, I somehow always bring it back to zombies, dude, because what a dope ass game mode.
Even when you
I
say
don't. I think in a lot of those cases, it's not an example of like people want one thing or another. Like you can have Elden Ring that's massively successful, and you can also have something like God of War that's massively successful. You don't really need to have like one specific version of it. I think anything like that could fit together. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 characters exactly. And so like if you go to the grocery store, you're going to get steak and ice cream. Usually if you want steak, you're not going to supplement that for ice cream or vice versa. But you get both of them because sometimes you like both of them at the same time
what you want, you're often
or at different times.
extraordinarily
Sorry.
vague.
Yeah.
You will say, I want a better game. I want better AI. I want a
Yeah.
better UI. Yeah, I'll just slide the better slider from okay to great on all of those. I have an entire video on
I remember when he said that, it just reminded me of my old guild leader whenever we were doing Sarthurian, Three Drakes, and Wrath. He says, okay, everybody, open up your menu, go to configuration, go to interface, and I want you to find the button that says shit at the game and make sure that it's unchecked. And it was just out of fucking nowhere.
why developers need context to your feedback.
Yeah.
That's never more
Mm-hmm.
truer than when you give feedback. When you give, especially positive feedback. If you don't say what you're talking about, it can be really vague. Um, for example, what does better for you mean in a game? Or when you say, how is that AI bad? What are you talking about? What are they not taking cover? Are they just running straight at you shooting? What do you mean? When you
Yeah.
say you don't like a UI, what is the friction point in that UI that you're encountering? What is it that's bothering you?
I
If you
think
just
that Jeff Kaplan said it best, where he said that you can't rely on players to give you a solution, but you can sure as hell rely on them to tell you when there's a problem. And I think that's always the issue that a lot of game devs have is that they have to effectively translate this sucks into like actionable behavior.
say that UI is dumb, it's not helping. And
Mm-hmm.
trust me, it's not just gamers who do this. I've worked with people who've literally said that out of their mouth. They're like, that looks dumb. Great, I'll get right on that. Sometimes,
Yep.
though, and we've talked about, I've talked about how some UI issues are really an underlying system mechanic issue. This comes up in the videos on encumbrance, where you can have a really good UI if your game supports encumbrance, but you take encumbrance out, and
Mm-hmm.
suddenly that same UI is terrible because people can carry more. And suddenly there's a lot more things in their inventory. And the UI you were using for a limited inventory doesn't work for a UI with an unlimited inventory.
See, this is what I was saying before about how like some game devs and people that are really like this guy made Fallout, right? Like there's some guys and like people, right, women too, that understand like these second order effects of like changes and like mechanics in video games. And that's why they make video games that go on to sell like millions of copies for, you know, decades. And this is the same type of insight that people that like made classic WoW or like, Baldur's Gate 3 or, Elden Ring, that they're all the same. This is a smart way to look at it.
So that's why you need to be very
Yeah.
specific about what it is you didn't like. Do you really hate that UI, or do you hate that you can vacuum up everything, and or do you want to be able to vacuum up everything, but you just wish the game
Mm-hmm.
would somehow organize it better? Be specific.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the one that really gets me, and that many of you refuse to acknowledge.
Okay.
You all,
Where was it?
again,
So this is us. We are the ones who are wrong.
this had a plural you. You all do not agree on what a good feature is. Go
That's fair.
back and watch both of my encumbrance videos. They're linked below. Or watch the video I had on fast travel, or even the video I did on providing game difficulty, different options in there.
I'm gonna have to
Read
watch
the
some of these though.
comments on it, which I know.
That's true. By the way, the correct answers are
Uh,
encumbrance is bad if it makes you spend more time managing inventory than playing the game. Game difficulty modes are
Fallout.
bad and they should be enabled through different types of gameplay, like things like Havel's Armor and Dark Souls 1. And I forgot the other one that he mentioned, but yeah.
I'm gonna chime in real quick. I think through gameplay is awesome for some people isn't enough. Okay. If you go, hey, look, you can play without the sword or with the sword. Like this is a big thing with zombies. With the recent update, it's like there's challenges, then there's just dog shit time waste, and I feel like that was just I,
Yeah, those are the correct answers and the right opinions
I
to
don't
have.
know.
Oh,
Nah,
fast travel. Fast travel
love it.
is sometimes good and sometimes bad. It's
You can
usually good, but sometimes bad.
it's only good. It's only not good to have. It's only like fast travel's only good to have. Okay, I feel like it only has positives. But in games like Fallout, where you're like walking, if you walk to places that you haven't discovered yet, and or I should say it like this, if you have to go to that place to walk there, traverse pretty good distances to find these locations, and then you can fast travel to them. I like that, okay? Like that's fun. It makes you look around the environment. You get to see stuff like in a game like Fallout. Like I keep saying, that system works because you'll keep running into random interactions. Now, if it's anything like Starfield, where you're walking to a exact same game developers, I mind you, where you're walking across the moon that you just found. You're like, oh my God, this is so exciting. You see a checkpoint 200 meters away, which I don't know what that equates to, but it feels like 30 minutes. And like you're running there and you're just running past rocks. Like there's nothing here. Who the fuck made this? It's such a dumb thing, dude. It's so bad. It's such a terrible design. I don't know who did it, but it's so bad. And that's the thing. That's where fast travel, if you could have just skipped all that, since there's nothing out there and you could just teleport straight to these points of interest on the planets, that would have been unfortunately better. Or if you can just have your fucking fly your ship in our orbit, then it's okay. Then fast travels should not be allowed on planet. You should maybe be able to fast travel to your ship, but then you have to fly to that fucking planet. Like that would be a dope ass idea, I think. But yeah, dude, there's so many like layers to all these responses in games because there's so many good and bad aspects about everything in gaming. I talked a lot. You've watched 9 minutes. That's nearly half of the video. If you want to watch the rest, go give Beauty Jesus or Trash Can Jesus some love. I say that with love as a fellow bum. Have a good, or what was it? I forget what I say. Little lazy. Yeah, I completely forgot. I don't think I have an outro saying. I don't know. I'll come up with a nice note. Or I could say bye, you bums. That could be it, you know? Let's let this brain shot keep going for a little bit. I doubt anyone will watch this far, because this is kind of lengthy. Um, let's think about it. My bitches, nah, too, it's, a little too white even for me. I like, I'm not mad with bi bumps. What do you think, Cat? Hmm. I could say, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. I'm Big Man 4 Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. I like that actually. All right, let's give it one more rundown, just in case I forgot exactly what I said 2 seconds ago. Ladies, gentlemen, everything in between. I was Big Man 4 Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.